Matron, take them away.
Okay guys, I'm going to scalp the oil. So let's have a little look, and then I'm going to tell you a little story about the Wild Wonder here. Because if you haven't been here before, I'm Big Scruff, and sitting next to me is the Wild Wonder Wink. And I wonder what she's going to do to pay her debt off.
I haven't got any debt.
Yeah, trust me, you've got lots of debt. And we're about to bloody discuss that when I've got this done. Right. What are we doing with it? What are we doing, boys and girls? Well, it's looking a bit scary. Or is it? Right. What we're looking at is two moving averages. We're going to start, I'm going to take all this off and I'm going to build it up for you. We're going to start with the 20. Now the 20 is showing that the price is underneath it. Fine. So that's kind of giving us a gauge of what the price is trying to achieve. Push down. All right. We need some boundaries for the said price. So step it back one and we can have a look. Well, if the price is here, what's it engulfed in? Well, it's that high point and that low point. So that can give us an area to work in. So if you get a fib and just drag it through, you can now break up that area. So there's the top, and then we're going to run it all the way down to the bottom. Right. And basically what you do, and this is kind of a variation of +1 -1, and what that does is you look at an anchor chart, which in this case is the hour, and you're looking to see if there's any correlations. All right, and what that means is you're using the 4 hour to get your structure, high, price is contained inside it. Good, like that. Using the 1 hour to gauge a direction. And now we've got the structure from the 4 hour we're working to. So that's telling me it's going down. We then want the 15-minute, which is underneath, to reaffirm that that's what's going on. Well, there it is there. Now what we're going to do is change this to an 8 EMA, just like so. Take it to 5 minutes and see if it's going to bounce. Well, it's bouncing, it's coming in here. So we're getting ready to go to market. Count 5 candles back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look for a logical point between them, which is kind of there. We're ready to go to market. We're going to buy it or sell it right now. Boom. Get that in because it was breaking the point as I was talking. We're now just going to put a simple structure in to there. I'll get rid of that blue line because I didn't need it. And then we're just going to run it straight into that structure. Right. Let me explain a little bit about this T line. Now the T line, which is the 8 EMA, is a trigger point. What I'm looking for is a bounce off it. Okay. Now what you'll often see is it'll come down, it'll roll, it bounced here, and then it stayed underneath to give us the trigger to move down. Very, very simple. Now what you can also do with the T line, if you look at it further back on what's called your anchor. Now your anchor chart is where you take your trade ideas from, your direction and all of that sort of thing. You can also look at this to get a gauge of what's going on, because if a price breaks the T line and then the next candle stays under it, more often than not, the third will continue to push down and the market will move down. Case in point, it's broke, stayed underneath, it's staying red. It came here, it broke, stayed underneath, stayed red. It broke, stayed above, kept on going. It broke, second one closed. It's the close we're looking at, by the way, guys. Closed underneath the T line, went down. Again, it broke, stayed above, still stayed above, even though it had a slammer. It broke, stayed underneath, and then again it plunged down. So that one was quite dangerous, but because you've got structure in point, you can still go, right, okay, it's underneath. Get in on your 5 minutes. That's why you do multi-time frame analysis. Out. Simple. It broke, stayed above, continued. Broke, stayed below, continued. Broke, stayed above, continued. Kind of get the picture, guys? It's a good practice, but you've got to put everything together first. You know, where am I getting in? Where can I possibly get out? What's the structure? Well, that's a very quick and easy way to do it. Drop it back to 5 minutes so we can keep half an eye on what's going on. Now, what we can also do with this is work out how to stage into it. Right, I entered into it. I don't need it no more. Get rid of it. I've got structure. I can see what it is. Where can I place sort of stops? How can I manage this? There's one swing point here. There's a second swing point. Right. Well, I can stage all the way up to there to a full position, and if I'm wrong, I get out. That's simple. But I can actually stage in and get better pricing all the way up to there and get to here and still make money. A lot of money. But let's play it out. What you're following all the time, guys, is process. Because a lot of people go, well, if you get in on your first order, then you're only getting a little bit. No, I followed a process. So I got what I deserve. Simple stuff. But talking of things that people deserve, listen to this one. In fact, we'll come back to this in a second. I'll put it in full glory here. All right. We're going on holiday next week with the Wild Wonder, and yes, you can grin, girly.
Girly whirly, come on, get on with what you're talking
about.
Hold
on a second. Here, I just touched something, and you not got a bra on, have you?
Yes. Behave yourself. Get on with what you're doing.
I was almost excited for a second there. Bloody hell. You sure? Anyway, actually, you can do that. Pay off. Do you know what you did, right? We were having this strange conversation about money, and I told this story, and it's become a running joke recently because she spent like the national debt. We're going on holiday next week, and obviously we need a new clothes. Well, I'm saying we need a new clothes. I'm still wearing my tramp stamps. Bloody, I don't care. You know, there's a good reason I'm called.
I offered to get you some, and you didn't want them.
Because I'm not a ponce. You know, I leave that for the man bag and the man buns. Bugger that. You know, I like being me. Anyway, cut long story short, Wild Wonder here had a jolly time with a credit card when we were away. And boy, did she have a bloody good time while we were away. And I looked at her and said, you can't spend any more. You've maxed that out. And she says, what does that mean? She says, well, it means you can't spend any more. You've spent your allowance. You'll have to wait till I get paid at the end of the month and pay the bill off. So her answer to it was, well, can I not just have another credit card?
That's a good solution.
Aye, for you. God's truth. Hold on, I need to flick that back. Not so much for me, but just as well, I know what I'm doing, and there's your trade coming bang into play as we speak right now. 50 quid, there you are, done. 59 quid for, how long was that? 2 or 3 minutes, if that. And we've got nothing running. We've got a, well, I'll actually explain that one. The Hong Kong. The guys in the squad know that we trade the river, and that's a pending order waiting for it that I showed them how to do it this morning. In fact, if you give us a second, I'll show you. Pull this down. Yes, we're having a little bit of a sing-song. And yes, if you want some Forex mugs, these things, that's what she's meant to be doing as her job. Badly. But if you want to help her out and clear her credit card and stop me going to the poorhouse, there's a merch shelf underneath. Cheap as chips. Anyway, as I was saying, come down. Idea of the week. That is there. River setup, HK50. The full strategy is in there of how that trade is going to play out. Because what I do for the guys all the time is I tell them what I'm doing before I do it. And that's what that order is. And then, of course, what you saw me do yesterday with oil. Simple stuff. You know, you do that once a day, you'll start building up decent funds. And that's the essence of trading. You know, get in, get paid, walk away. Get in, get paid, walk away. Simple. Not in this house though, because Winky apparently thinks simple means skinning me alive on a daily basis and not giving out the goods. Give the goods out, go on.
Yes.
And, well, I was impressed. Right. Ha ha ha. I'm now going to enjoy the rest of my day because we kind of having a wind down after the conference this weekend, getting back into the swing of things. And next week we're going on holiday. So life's pretty good. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.